Hey guys, welcome to the Creative Arena. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create an animated profile card with a hover effect like a pro without the use of any line or CSS code. So at the end of this tutorial, we're going to achieve a profile card that looks like this. And then when you hover here, you have this effect. And then when you take the cursor away, it goes away. You hover here, you can click on any of the social icons here. And also with the knowledge acquired from this tutorial, you can also make this a dynamic profile card where that has and information about a particular person is put dynamically. So without further delay, let's dive in and get started. So in our Elementor editing screen, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to come over here and select a Flexbox container. Now for this Flexbox container, we're going to set the direction to like that, okay? And that is row horizontal. And then we're going to come over here. For the minimum, we're going to change the unit to VH and give it a value of 100 VH, okay? We're going to justify item to the center, align item to the center as well. We're going to come over here and let's drag a container and drop the container here. Now for this container here, we're going to come over here, change the width unit from percentage to pixel and give it a value of 300. Okay, so now we're going to add a minimum height, but we're going to remove this minimum height as soon as I'm able to explain to you certain things, okay? So for the minimum, we're going to give it a value of 400, okay? Now we're going to come over here, let's rename this first container here, we'll call it parent. Now, the reason I'm renaming this container is so that when I'm referring to a particular container, you know which container I'm talking about. Okay, so we'll call this one child container. Now, for this child container here, we're going to come over here and let's set the item direction to column vertical. Okay, so we're going to come over here, let's drag and drop another container here. Now, for this container here, we're going to call this container the first container, first, and then we're going to duplicate the container. And we're going to call this the second container, we're going to call it second, okay? So for the first container, we're going to come over here, and then for the minimum height, we're going to give the minimum height value to 300 pixel. And then for the second container here, we're going to come over here, give it the minimum height value to 100 pixel, okay? And then we're going to come over to the child container, and first thing we're going to do for the minimum height value, which we've given it to 400, for initially we're going to remove it, and then we're going to come over here to the gaps, and we're going to set the gap to 0. So we'll now have the first container 300 pixel minimum height, as you can see here, and then for the second container, we now have 100 pixel minimum height, making the total height of our child container to be 400 pixel. Okay, so now for the first container, what we're going to do next is still under the child container, we're going to go to the child container, and we're going to come over to the style option here. For the border, we're going to come over here, give it the border radius of 20 pixel all round, and then we're going to come over to the box shadow and set a box shadow here. Okay, so we now have a shape that looks like so. All right, great. So we're going to come over here to the first container. Now for this first container here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the style option here, and then we're going to change the background type to classic, and then we're going to add a background image here. So we're going to select this image here, and then we're going to come over here, leave the resolution to full, and now for the position, we'll set it to center. For the repeat, we're going to set it to no repeat. And then we're going to come over to the display size. I'm going to set it to cover. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the background overlay. And then we're going to set the background overlay type to classic, set the color to black. And then for the opacity, we're going to set the opacity to 0.1. Okay. So now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to come over here to the border. Now we're going to unlink the border radius. Now to the top, we're going to give it a value of 20 pixel to the top, and to the right, 20 pixel to the right. So we still have our border radius in shape like so. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here is we're just going to come over here to the still on this first container here. We're going to go over to the layout, and we're going to come over here and make sure we justify content to the end. Okay, all right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here and let's drag a heading widget here. Okay, now for this heading widget, we're going to change the text here to John Doe. Sorry, we're going to change it to John Doe. And then we're going to come over here to the style option, align item to the center, change the font color to white. And then for the typography, we're going to come over here, give it a value of 30 pixel. And then for the weight, we're going to set the weight to 700 bold. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to duplicate this heading here. And then we're going to call this one here, we're going to change the title to Web Designer. And then we're going to come over here for the HTML tag, we're going to change it from H2 to P. And then we'll go to the style option. I'll come over here under the typography. We're going to change the value to 20 pixel, and then we're going to come over here, change the width to 400. Okay, and then we'll now go back to the first container here, and under the container, we're going to come over here. And for the gaps, we're going to give the gap value to 10. Okay, great. So now still under the first container, we'll go to the advanced settings, and then for the pattern, we're going to unlink this, and then to the bottom, we're going to give it a value of 50 pixel. Okay, so we now have something that looks like this. All right, this is great. So the next thing we're going to do here is still within this first container here, we're going to add another container. So let's come over here to the widget here and drag out container and drop it right above this container here. Now for this container here, we're going to call this container inner. Okay, so now for this inner container here, we're going to come over here and give it a minimum height of 300 pixels, the same height as that of the first container, which is 300 pixels. We're going to do the same here for this inner container, give it a value of 300 pixels. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do here is we're just going to come over to the advanced settings, and we'll come over to the position and set this inner container position to absolute. Okay, so now that we've done that, still on the inner container, we can see that we're still seeing this, but it is not clickable. So what we're going to do here on this inner container is we're going to go to the style option, and then we're going to go to the background type and change the background to classic and give it a background color of white. Okay, great. So now that we've done this, the next thing we're going to do here is we're just going to come here, still under this inner container, we're going to go over to the advanced settings, and then we're going to come over here and give it a padding of 50 pixel, and then we're going to unlink this, and to the left we're going to give it a value of 20 pixel, to the right we're going to give it a value of 20 pixel. Great. So now that we've done that, the next thing we're going to do, we'll go back to the style option. As you can see right now, our border radius is no longer showing on the top, properly on the top. So to fix that, we're going to come over here to still under this inner, because it is the inner section that is covering our border radius from showing. So we're going to fix that by coming over to the border and the inner, and then we'll unlink the border radius. To the top, we're going to give it a value of 20 pixel. To the right, we're going to give it another value of 20 pixel. So we now still have our perfect border radius. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do, still under this inner section here, inner container here, we're going to add a text, a heading text. We're going to drag and drop this heading text here. I'm going to call this heading text "No More About Me." Okay, no more about me. And then we'll go to the style option. We're going to align it to the center, change the color to black, and then we're going to come over to the typography. We're going to change the typography to 18 pixel, and then change the width to 600, like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to come over to the widget area, and we're going to search for social, and then we're going to drag the social icon and drop it right below. Now for the social icon, we're going to duplicate this 6 times, and then we're going to change the various icons. We can search for LinkedIn. Okay, and then the next one is going to be CodePen. Okay, and then for the final one, we can set it to either Instagram or any other icon, depending on whatever social you want to add. Okay, great. So now that we've done that, the next thing we're going to do for the column, we're going to set the column to 3, and we're going to go to the style option. Now for the style option, we're going to come over to this spacing. We're going to give it the spacing value of 20 pixel, and then for the row gap, we're going to set the row gap to 25 pixel. Okay, so now that we've done that, the next thing we're going to do is still under this inner container, we're going to go to the advanced settings, and then we're going to come down here and add a Z index, increase the Z index, because we can see that our text John Doe is showing here, which is not supposed to be so. So we're going to increase the Z index of our inner container to 5, so we can see that the text is gone. Now we're going to go back here to our social, and let's tweak it a little bit. Now for the official color, we're going to change it to custom. And now for the primary color, we're going to change the primary color to white. And then we're going to come over here to the secondary color and change the color to black. Now we're going to go over here to our border and set the border to solid. And then the border type, we're going to set it to 2, width, we're going to set it to 2 pixel. Okay. And then this looks great already. This looks great. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to come over here, and then we'll go to the hover settings. And for the hover settings, we'll just leave everything the way it is. We'll set just as similar like what we did above. For the normal, we're going to do the same here. Primary color, we'll set it to white. Secondary color, we're going to set it to black. And then for the border, we're going to set the border to black as well. And so when you hover, nothing really happens here. Okay, so we just want to keep it simple. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to add a button. We're going to add a button here within this inner container here, we're going to drag a button and drag it above here. Okay, so now for this button, we're going to clean the text, and then we're going to select an icon for it. Now for the icon, we're going to choose the angle icon up. This icon here, we're going to insert it. Okay, so we'll go to the style option and we're going to tweak our button a little bit. Now for the text color, we're going to set the color to red. Okay, and then for the background, we're going to change the background color to white. But for now, we won't do anything to the background color, so we can see precisely what we're doing. So for the border radius, we're going to change the unit from pixel to percentage, and then we're going to give it a value of 20% all around. So we'll now have something like that. And then we're going to come over to the padding. Now for the padding, we're going to come here, unlink this, and then we're going to set it to the left 20, to the bottom 20, to the right 20, and then to the top, we're going to give it a value of 5. Okay, great. So now that we've done this, the next thing we're going to do for this button here, we'll go to the advanced settings, and then we're going to come over here to the position and set the button position to absolute. And then we're going to come over here for the horizontal orientation. Here, we're going to give it a value of 1, 2, 3. And then for the vertical orientation, we're going to set the value to minus 26 for now. Let's leave it at minus 26 for now. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here, we're going to come over to the second container here. Now for this second container, we're going to go over to our style option, and then we're going to come over to the border, and then we're going to set the border type to solid, and then we're going to unlink this to the top. We're going to give it a value of 2 pixels, and then for the border color, we're going to change the color to somewhat like this. So we now have this kind of border radius. We can still reduce the border color to somewhat grayish color. Okay, now this looks great. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to come over here to our inner container. Okay, now for this inner container here, we're going to go to the advanced settings. Now for the advanced settings, we'll come over to the transform. Okay, for the transform, this is where our trick comes into play. Okay, so for the transform, we're going to, under the normal, we're going to go to the offset, and we're going to set the offset value for the Y to 300 pixel. Now we can see that we now have a horrible outlook on our website. Not to worry, we can fix this easily. So to fix this easily, I just want to show you the offset and then how to fix it. If you remember in our previous video, how to fix an overflow of this nature is just to turn off, set our overflow to hidden. So to do so, we're going to come over to this first container here, and then we're going to go to the layout, and then we'll come over here to the additional option. And for the overflow, we're going to set the overflow to hidden, so it is not hidden. Okay, so now we'll come back here to this first container here. This is where we'll have this button here. Now for this button here, we're going to go back to the style option like I told you, and we're going to change the color to white, or the background to white. So we now have something that looks like this. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do here, still under this inner container, we're going to go to the advanced settings and come back here to the transform, where we've already set the offset on the normal state to 300 pixels on the Y axis. Now we'll go to the hover state, and then for the offset, we're going to come over here. For the Y axis, we're going to set it to 0. Okay, and then still on the hover, we're going to come over to the transition duration now. Then we're going to change the value to 900 milliseconds. So now when you come over here, if we hover here, you can see we now have this perfect animation here. Then we come down, hover here, you can click on any of the socials here. You can even add a button below here, depending to, let's say, know more, or like learn more, or read more button, whatever you want, as the case may be, depending on the project you're working on. Okay, so now that will fix that. The next thing we're going to do here is we're going to come over here to our second container. Now for our second container, we'll go to the advanced settings, and then for the padding, we're going to give it a value of 20 pixels all around. And then we're going to come over here to the settings and make sure that we set our item direction to row horizontal. Okay, so we're going to come over here and come over to our widget area and search for the icon box. And we're going to drag and drop the icon box here. Now for the icon box, we're going to come over here, delete the description, and then for the heading, we're going to delete the heading as well. And for the icon, we're going to remove the icon. Now for the heading here, we're going to change the text to projects, and then for the description, we're going to give it a value of 35. Okay, now let's come over to the style option, and then for the content space, we're going to give it the value of 5 pixel content. And then for the title, we're going to change the color to black. Come over to the typography for the title, I'm going to set the value to 18 pixel. And then for the weight, we're going to set the weight to 700 bold. Okay, or we should set it to 600. No, let's leave it at 700 bold. It looks better, 700 bold. All right. And then for the next thing we're going to do here is we're just going to come over here and duplicate this. Duplicate it again. And then for this one here, we're going to change it to clients. And then for the value, we can set the value to 30, depending on what you want. And then we're going to come over here to the third one, and we're going to change it to ratings. And then we're going to set it to 4.7. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to come over here to this container here, this second container here. And the layout, we're going to come over here to the gap, and we're going to set the gap to 40 pixels. Now, you now have our wonderful profile card. Okay, so now over here, I have this wonderful effect where you can click it, do whatever you want, and then you take the cursor away, it goes over. Okay, all right. So now, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to check for the responsiveness of our container. To do so, we'll come over to the responsive mode, and we'll go to the tablet. We can see it looks great on tablet, nothing to edit here or change. We can come over to the mobile. Now, for the mobile, all we just need to do is to go to the parent container, and then to the advanced settings, and set the padding to 20 pixels all around. And then we set the padding to 20 pixels all around. And we're going to come over here to this container here, and we're going to reduce the column gap. We're going to reduce the gap to 30 pixels, like this. Okay, you can see everything looks great. And then we're going to come over here and also justify items to the center. Sorry, align items to the center, and then justify them to the center as well. So we now have this again great on the mobile. And then on tablet, it looks great as well on tablet. And then on desktop, it looks wonderful on desktop. And then you can still come over here on desktop. And for this chart container here, we can just duplicate this container here. And then we'll come over here, we can change the image. To change the image here for this second container, we come over to this first container here. And here, change the image here to this image here. Okay. And then for the text, we can change the text to whatever name we want, as the case may be. So you can always do this. And mind you, this doesn't restrict you. You don't need to do this and input the values manually. We can also do this, use these particular settings to create a wonderful loop with dynamic that pulls your information dynamically. So with a combination of ACFs, that is advanced custom field, and loop, you can create this particular profile card and pull your information and data dynamically on Elementor easily. And if you need me to do that and show you how that is done, you can indicate that in the comment section of this video, and then I will just continue from here and make a part 2 of this video whereby we pull this information here dynamically. And so we have come to the end of this tutorial. As you can see, we've been able to create this wonderful animated card effect without the use of any line of CSS. So if you've learned something new from this tutorial, remember to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified first when I drop a new video. And feel free to drop your comment wherever you're confused or have any questions or suggestions, and I'll do it to attend to as much as I can. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up once again. It's important so that other people can see it as well. So see you on the next video. Bye-bye.